Most gardeners treat September like the closing bell of the season. The tomatoes are fading, the squash vines are finished, and that first frost date on the calendar starts looking like a countdown to nothing. So the beds get cleaned out, the tools get put away, and everyone waits for spring. But here's what most people get completely backwards. September isn't the end of the growing season, it's the starting line. Because some of the best tasting, most reliable, and most surprising harvests of the entire year are planted right now, in the exact weeks leading up to the first frost. And every crop on this list shares one thing in common. If you don't get it in the ground this month, you don't just miss a harvest, you miss a window that may not open again for months. In today's video, we're counting down 7 crops you'll deeply regret not planting in September. And stay until the end, because the final crop on this list has a window that closes fast. And if you miss it, there's no second chance until next year. Let's get started. At number 7, we have turnips. Turnips might be the most underrated crop on this entire list. They're frost-hardy, fast, and they get better as the weather gets worse. In fact, turnips are one of the crops that Extension Services rate among the hardiest in the fall garden, surviving freezes that would flatten most other vegetable zone. And like beets, turnips convert starches to sugar in cold soil. A turnip that's been kissed by frost is sweeter, milder, and completely different from the harsh, peppery roots people remember from childhood. But here's the part busy gardeners love most. Turnips are a 2-for-1 crop. The roots feed you through fall and winter, and the greens are delicious, nutritious, and just as frost-tolerant as the bulbs. They grow quickly too. Many varieties mature in well under 2 months, which means a September planting can produce a real harvest before the ground freezes solid. And because they tolerate light frost on top of all that, the harvest window stretches further than you'd expect. For gardeners in cooler zones, turnips are one of the most reliable ways to keep producing meaningful food through the fall. They also store fine in the ground under mulch, waiting patiently for whenever you're ready. It's rare to find a crop this tough, this fast, and this forgiving. Turnips do all three, which is exactly why so many experienced gardeners refuse to skip September without them. At number 6, we have broccoli. Here's something that surprises almost everyone. Broccoli is one of the most cold-hardy vegetables in the garden. Many varieties shrug off temperatures down to around 25 or 26 degrees. That makes it a perfect September crop in regions where fall still offers 6 to 8 weeks of growing weather. And fall broccoli has a few advantages that summer broccoli simply can't match. First, cool weather tightens the heads. Summer broccoli often forms loose, uneven crowns that bolt into flowers within days. Fall broccoli, maturing into cooler temperatures, forms dense, tight heads that hold their quality much longer. Second, pests disappear. The insects that chew broccoli all summer, cabbage worms, aphids, flea beetles, are far less active in cool fall weather. That means cleaner heads with less effort. Another benefit is flavor. Many gardeners swear fall broccoli tastes sweeter, as the same cold temperature responses that sweeten other crops do their work here too. For the best results, plant broccoli transplants in September rather than seeds, since it needs more time than radishes or turnips. And in milder zones, September broccoli can produce a late fall harvest that carries deep into the season under a simple row cover. When spring gardeners see a fall broccoli harvest, tight, clean, and unbothered by bugs, They usually wonder why they ever struggled with the summer version. At number 5, we have spinach. Of all the leafy greens in the garden, spinach may be the most cold-tolerant of all. Mature spinach can survive temperatures down to around 20 degrees, and with a simple cold frame or row cover, many growers keep it alive through even harsher cold. That's why September is the critical moment. Plant spinach in September, and you get 2 harvests for the price of 1. Here's how it works. The fall planting produces tender leaves in late autumn, giving you fresh salads as the rest of the garden fades. Then, if you leave the plants in place over winter, many of them survive and explode into growth in early spring, weeks before you could even start planting new seed. That early spring harvest is the part gardeners deeply regret missing. While everyone else is staring at empty beds in March, you're cutting fresh spinach. Another advantage is flavor. Like other cool season crops, spinach becomes sweeter after exposure to cold. The same sugar conversion that protects the cells from freezing also improves the taste. There are also few crops with a better effort to reward ratio. Direct sow in September, water occasionally, protect with a light cover when hard freezes threaten, and spinach does the rest. For apartment gardeners, patio growers, and anyone with compact space, a single container of fall spinach can keep giving for months. When spring arrives, those September planted beds become the most valuable real estate in the garden. At number 4, we have carrots. Most gardeners pull every carrot in September to get them into storage. But here's what the smart ones know. You don't have to harvest carrots at all. In many regions, carrots can stay right in the ground through winter, tucked under a thick layer of mulch or a row cover. And that's when the real magic happens. As soil temperatures drop, carrot roots convert their starches into sugars, the same natural antifreeze that protects the cells from freezing. The result is a carrot that's noticeably sweeter, crisper, and more flavorful than anything you pulled in fall. Describe them as tasting like candy. So why plant in September? Because carrots need time. From seed, most varieties take 2 to 3 months to size up. A September planting matures just as the soil cools, and then sits there improving all winter, ready to be dug fresh whenever you want one. And there's a convenience angle too. Instead of harvesting, cleaning, and cramming everything into cold storage, you leave the carrots in the ground, nature's own refrigerator, and pull them as needed through the winter months. In colder zones, a deep mulch layer keeps the soil from freezing solid, so harvesting stays possible even in January. That's why experienced gardeners treat a September carrot patch like a winter savings account. It keeps paying out long after the rest of the garden has gone to sleep. At number 3, we have Brussels sprouts. Here's the crop that's practically designed for frost, literally. Brussels sprouts are famously at their best after several hard freezes. Cold weather triggers the same sugar conversion that sweetens other fall crops, and it transforms the bitter, cabbage-like flavor into something nutty and almost sweet. In fact, many growers agree the sprouts just aren't worth eating before they've been frosted. That's the opposite of almost every other vegetable, and it makes Brussels sprouts the perfect centerpiece of a frost season garden. So September is the moment to get them right. Brussels sprouts need a long growing season, usually 3 months or more. So September planting works best in milder zones, or with established transplants in cooler ones. but the payoff is extraordinary. While the rest of the garden dies back, Brussels sprouts keep standing tall, covered in a column of perfect little heads, each one improving with every cold night. They're also remarkably frost-hardy, surviving well below freezing. And the cool weather solves problems you'd fight all summer. The pests that torment Brussels sprouts in warm months are far less active in fall, which means cleaner, tighter sprouts with far less effort. Once you've tasted a homegrown sprout that's been sweetened by frost, small, dense, and nutty, the supermarket version is impossible to go back to. That single experience is why gardeners who plant them in September never skip a year again. At number 2, we have kale. If there's one crop that makes frost seem like a gift, it's kale. Most people assume cold weather ruins garden plants, but kale flips that idea completely. When temperatures drop, kale responds by breaking down its stored starches into simple sugars, a natural antifreeze that protects its cells from freezing. The result is an unexpected transformation. The same kale that tasted slightly bitter and tough in summer turns sweet, tender, and nutty after a frost. And kale is built to keep going. It's one of the hardiest greens in the garden, surviving temperatures that kill nearly everything else, and in mild climates it can keep producing all winter long. That's why September is the perfect moment for a new planting. Summer kale is often worn out, leggy, and bitter by fall. A September sowing of fresh seed gives you young, vigorous plants just as cool weather arrives, setting them up to taste their absolute best all season. Busy gardeners love kale because it's nearly indestructible. It tolerates neglect, recovers fast after harvesting, and keeps pumping out leaves no matter what the weather throws at it. And the harvest window is almost unfair. You cut leaves in fall, you cut leaves through winter in many zones, and in early spring the plant often revives and produces again, sometimes even bolting into edible flower stalks. One September planting can feed you for half the year. Once you've experienced frost-sweetened kale, grown in your own garden, you'll never look at cold weather the same way again. And finally, taking the crown at number 1, garlic. If there's one crop on this list you'll truly, deeply regret missing, it's garlic. Here's why. Garlic has a very specific biological requirement. To form proper bulbs, it needs a period of winter cold, a process called vernalization. That's why garlic is planted in fall, roughly 4 to 6 weeks before the ground freezes hard. The timing matters more than you think. Planted too early, the cloves may sprout too much before winter. Planted too late, they can't establish roots before the cold arrives. The September window gets it just right in many regions, and if you miss it, there's no second chance until next year. That's the regret part. Every other crop on this list can be sown again in spring. Garlic can't. A spring planting of garlic produces small, disappointing bulbs because the cloves never get the cold period they need. But here's what happens when you get it right. You plant cloves in September, cover them with soil and a layer of mulch, and then you basically forget about them. Garlic quietly grows roots in fall, sleeps through winter, and erupts in spring, while the rest of the garden is still waking up. Busy gardeners love this crop because it's the ultimate set and forget. No constant attention, no daily care, just a few minutes of planting in September and patience for 8 months. Then, in early summer, you harvest beautiful bulbs that store for months. One September afternoon's work becomes garlic for your kitchen all year. That's why experienced gardeners always plant garlic in September, because they've already learned what it costs to skip it. An empty garlic bed in spring is a reminder that lasts 11 months. Don't let that be you this year. The biggest mistake most gardeners make is believing that frost is the end of the story. But the truth is the opposite. Frost is just a deadline. and deadlines are what make September the most strategic month in the garden. The crops on this list don't just tolerate cold. Some of them need it to taste their best. Radishes sprint, arugula sweetens. Beets and turnips and carrots convert starch into sugar. Kale and Brussels sprouts save their finest flavor for the deepest cold. And garlic waits patiently for winter to do its work. You don't need a greenhouse, a hoop house, or a cold frame to take advantage of any of this. All you need is a handful of seeds, a few minutes of planting, and the willingness to ignore what the calendar says about when gardening should end. Because once you've tasted frost-sweetened carrots, once you've harvested kale in January, once you've pulled garlic you planted on a crisp September afternoon, you'll start seeing autumn completely differently. That first frost date on your calendar won't look like a closing bell anymore. It'll look like a finish line only some crops get to cross. The season isn't ending, it's just handing you a different list of plants. And the only real way to regret September is to let it pass without planting anything at all.